Hey guys and gals, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting for Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stats are for losers.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is.
You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin podcast.
3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Airing It Out podcast. I am Dustin Marion, your host as always, my partner in crime, Hollow Clutch, and one of the best COD players I know. Apparently now he's switching gears to Apex. What is going on, Hollow?
Nothing, man. Chilling, trying to broaden my horizons. Trying to, I'm good. I kind of just tired of this. Warzone has they just don't care about the community. And just it's been straight. Just let me get all as much money as possible.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. Like I've never bought anything, and I'm like, I have fun, but I'm like, damn, bro, why are you trying to sell me everything? Like I don't need a new gun, color every month. I don't need a new
every week.
Yo, fuck.
And it just sucks because there's no new content, there's no new maps, there's no new cars, there's no new nothing, and it's just like you're cheating. You still have no anti-cheat in Warzone. So you're
talking about auto aiming.
Auto aiming, looking through walls, people could see you locking on from across the map and shooting you a sniper or tapping you with some bullets and shit.
Damn.
It hasn't been fun. Like I was talking about last night on my stream, I was just not having fun playing the game that I loved, and I was like, I need to play something else. I need to go back. I was playing Apex earlier, like season 1, season 2, and now they're up to season 8, and I can't put myself into this box because I was putting myself into this box where if I didn't play if I didn't play Call of Duty, I wasn't getting the views, and then I wasn't happy because now I'm not getting views, but I'm playing another game, or I'm playing Warzone and I'm not having fun playing Warzone, but I'm having the views. It's kind of a similar situation I was having when I was playing on Facebook Gaming and I was playing 2K. Where damn, I didn't want to play 2K today, but I was kind of forced to because I was getting 100 people, 150 people watching me. But as I wasn't having fun, and that defeats the purpose of being a streamer, being a content creator, and playing video games. You play video games to
have fun. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that.
And release some stress from everyday normal life.
Yeah, 100%.
Kids, girl, bills, and I don't want to go from stress to stress, and that's what it was starting to be.
I know, so funny, Ty Lopez, I don't know if you're familiar with him. I know you are because you dialed. But he always talks about doing stuff that you like, not that you love, because eventually you end up hating it. You know what I mean? And when the streaming becomes a job, you're like, wait, what happened? This was supposed to be fun. That's why, to be honest with you, I didn't really dive into Warzone. We were talking about it when I was visiting you. I was just fucking doing team deathmatch. I don't see motherfuckers cheating that much, but they might be. I'm not watching what they're doing on their lens, but I'm still fucking fools up. All of a sudden, since I added the sniper into my game, I've added eight more kills, right? And so going from 8 to 18, all of a sudden now I'm baby legit on the low. But it just depends, because these guys, man, it's something that's like a muscle, man. If you're not playing all the time and you're not doing all those things, that you kind of fall off a little bit. So you got to be beasting. But I only play a couple of rounds and that's it. But it is sad to see such a killer game, even a killer game in the context of when we were kids playing it and having a good time, that they just care about the dollars and cents. That's the new cheat code for them. The new cheat code is, we'll release you a game at $60 or $70, but at the end of it, you might pay $120 with all the upgrades you're getting, because you got to buy a new character. Right, it is more. I'm not fucking with them.
Even more. I can tell you the truth right now. I probably, Fortnite, I probably spent maybe close to $1,000.
Get the fuck
maybe
on what?
A little bit less than that.
On guns and characters?
Yep.
Wow. And how much, let's say, a gun or a character costs? $10 or less?
$20.
So damn, that's a lot of bread. Fred.
And then they sneaky. They'll drop 2 characters a week in Fortnite. I used to be like that. So Thursday and then Saturday. So then there's $20 Thursday and then $20 Saturday. So that's $40. But you're not thinking of it because all right, $20.
Right. It's not a big deal.
So $15 here.
Wow.
And next thing you know, you have 200 skins, and you're like, oh shit. Now, the same thing that kind of happens in Call of Duty, which you get the gun skins and different variants, different colorways and different bullets shoot different colors.
Yeah, that shit is fire, by the way. That bullet, the color bullet shit.
That.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because they limit it to a specific gun as opposed to letting all guns have it. You know, if you want to use any gun, let's just put any color. We bought the color, we bought the fucking thing. Let's put it on anything we want. But it's like I said, a lot of people are just not having fun with the game. Then yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of the game dropping, and there's no new map. They delayed the season. Like they were making close to $1 billion a month in just micro transactions, and that's people just buying skins, gun skins, stuff like that.
That's dirty.
The fact they don't go and take $5 million to go and get an anti-cheat and spend another $10 or $15 million to make a new map, or even $25 million to make a new map, just shows that they don't care. Like, people trying to say, oh, it was a pandemic and people were working kind of from home and blah 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 blah. Bro, money talks. Hire more people. Pay people more money.
What the fuck does him doing it at home versus doing it in the building? You're still on a computer. You can still build a stage at home.
People try to complain.
Right? No, I know. I'm just like, damn, dog. You could build a thing. I feel like they should at least, I think they went so big with the maps that it's kind of hard to kind of shift them around now. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a computer guy, but I just find it kind of crazy and weird that they're not able to kind of like facilitate that a little bit better. Where just use a quick hack. I don't know, change the colors of the room. You know what's crazy? I started playing like 3v3. Yeah, I think I'm saying that.
The dogfight.
Now the knife shit. The knife shit.
Okay.
That shit was fun. But there's other stages and different things. Why can't we play those other stages in all the games? Like, you obviously have other stages. Why you make like the same thing you were saying about the gun being a laser? Why can't I play all the stages if I just want to play team deathmatch? Like, make the stages that way. And then I had to tell you this, the misses, we downloaded, because the one thing that they did that was nice was that they let us play the new COD, which I know hasn't been received well within the super gaming community. But zombies was fun as fuck, bro.
A lot of people, I'm not a zombie guy.
But for my misses, it's something that we could do together. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit more remedial. Like, my kids could play it.
It's definitely a casual gamers mode that they like to play, because like you get to like fuck around with the zombies, do, like tasks together,
right?
And you don't have to worry about like I'm playing against somebody else,
right? That's super good. That's gonna fuck me up all the time.
Exactly. And you're playing with your girl, you're playing with your kids, and they're not that good.
Right.
You're not gonna have a
meltdown
experience if you're losing 100 to 10 kind of thing, but you'll have fun like fucking up a zombie. Oh babe, I killed a zombie.
Right, exactly.
Like, it's for the casual player.
Yes. And it was a lot more fun. It was a lot more fun, bro.
And if you do it with a group of people, it could get like funny talking shit.
Yeah, of
having
course.
Fun shooting the shit. But for like to play, I don't know how people play it every day. Like, they play that shit every day
religiously. The zombies.
Religiously, I know how to. You gotta take the soda can. You gotta get this wrap, and you gotta do this. You gotta unlock this door over here, and there's the strategy for that. I'm like, I can't. That's just
that's a lot. But I thought it was cool because they brought a little bit of the Warzone element into it, where it was an open stage and the map was humongous. I think I'm copping it. I probably use or something just for the missus, because she was having a blast, bro. Like, she was like, "Damn, we can't play no more because the download ended." And I was like, "Yeah, hon, we're gonna go. They want you to buy the game now. Okay, they gave you the free shit.
It was a weekend thing. Yep, for the weekend."
Speaking about getting paid, my man Dak, the guy, his injury was almost worth puking over on the field. He gets paid, bro. He gets paid. I didn't think they were gonna do that. What did you think? You think they were gonna do that?
I honestly didn't think he was gonna be there.
Right?
I thought they were gonna probably franchise tag him.
That's what I thought.
And he was gonna just play in a franchise tag, and then he was on next year. And him and his agent took the Cowboys to the house, man. They took him to the bank and to put into the contract no trade clause.
Wow.
And put in no franchise tag. You can't franchise tag him either. After his contract's over.
That's good shit on the behalf of the agent. Wow.
For sure. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I didn't think he was gonna be there. I thought, once you kind of show up these billionaires, they kind of pout and cry, because it sucks that, again, I don't want to make it as a crutch, but it just keeps happening, is that Dak is a black quarterback and he didn't get paid off potential right away.
Right.
which Jared Goff got paid off potential, Carson Wentz got paid off potential. You know, like Patty Mahomes was just so above and beyond fantastic that you had to pay him the fucking money, and you couldn't, fuck around, kind of thing.
Did you think Watson was gonna accrue that money? Because that to me, that contract came out of nowhere, especially with the fiasco that they were doing. No, I get it, but like I would have thought they wouldn't have signed him because O'Brien didn't do a great job. The GM was, a space cadet, and
but
obviously
Bill O'Brien was the GM. That's the issue. He was a bad GM too.
Right,
he gave him and he traded D Hop.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So he did a bad thing, and I don't know if Deshaun's gonna stay.
I wouldn't stay if I was him.
Yeah, but I was watching it today. He's basically under contract for almost 7 years.
Wow.
Because you do it this way, right? So this year coming up is his 5th-year option.
Okay.
So he has to play the 5th-year option they picked up. Then he has 4 more years of the big contract. So you have the 5th-year option, 4 more years, plus they could franchise tag him twice. So basically, he's locked up for 7 years.
Damn.
If you add the franchise tags on the back end of it. But the only thing with him, he's good that he has a no trade clause.
Right.
So he can't get fucked and go to anywhere. You know? I think, before we get off topic with Sean, I think Dak, as long as he comes back, I think what really fucked up the Cowboys and fucked up Dak, and this could have got signed earlier, was Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Greedy.
Right.
They paid him.
He got filthy money.
They paid him 2 years too early. You know?
Yes.
They paid Amari.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that they're able to afford paying all these guys, because you got $300 million locked into 3 guys over the course of the next few years.
It by incentives.
Yes.
Also by guaranteed money, stuff like that. So Dak is a big chunk. Zeke, I think his was 45 million or 30 something million guaranteed.
Oh, okay. So they didn't fuck themselves up with that. Okay,
they
that
still
makes
gave
sense.
him a kind of a long-term deal,
right?
Big deal, but I think he and not next. I think after next season, they could kind of cut him and take a small salary cap hit, and
not be locked into him forever.
Fucked everything up was they paid Dak, they paid Zeke early because they didn't believe in Dak.
Right, I know.
The Cowboys go as Zeke goes, and Zeke hasn't been the same for whatever reason. He got paid. He's the highest paid running back, and him. You got Zeke, Todd Gurley. They haven't helped their running back compatriots.
Right.
Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
These running backs are getting paid bread, but then you got these other guys who are cooking, who are not, top 5 running backs. And the one thing I could take away from the Dak thing is, all right, the Cowboys are really never winning a chip.
No,
because top paid quarterbacks never go back to the championship.
Yeah, I mean, Cowherd constantly brings up, Colin Cowherd from the Herd constantly brings up stuff about keeping your players hungry and not really giving them that big of a deal. Now, I can understand maybe paying your QB, but I was shocked when they gave Zeke that money. And, he was already having off the field issues, and he's a bit of a knucklehead. And I don't know, Dallas looks like a place that they kind of welcome that. And Dak is the complete opposite of that. Right? Dak is a good dude. He's going to be a great leader. Yeah, he's going to be a great leader. He's going to be a great leader in the locker room. He's not going to be a problem. I just wonder, I haven't watched that many Cowboys games recently. I just don't know if he's the quarterback of the future for them. Right? Their offensive line is kind of deteriorating. Guys are retiring. Guys are moving. If Zeke is not the same of himself. I mean, Amari Cooper looked like he took a step back, but I did like the rookie emergence of the receiver that they got. So potentially they could have stuff, but without a tight end. I mean, I know you and me were hot on Schultz a little bit, but again, I think
it was a mistake though, because a lot of the guys Dan Schultz was cooking with Dak.
He was,
and Dak got hurt, and then Andy Dalton came in
and didn't do shit.
Andy Dalton got hurt, and then you got Ben DiNucci come in, and he was straight dog water.
Right,
and then. And it also came back. He got a little bit hot, but nothing crazy. It wasn't cooking nobody. After week 6, I had Amari Cooper on my team, on my fantasy team. After week 6, he did not touch my starting lineup.
No, for sure not. I wouldn't even draft Amari Cooper.
You know, like
I'd take it.
well, he was cooking for me in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, they have a chemistry. Dak, I mean, we're gonna see it now. Like, so okay, so let's look at a broader picture. Is now the Dallas Cowboys the team to beat in the East?
No,
right? You know?
I don't know.
I mean, the Skins stink, right? The Skins got no quarterback, no running back. The defense is great. The Giants, no quarterback. We're on the fence about Saquon, and the defense is emerging. So now you got two defensive teams, and the Eagles. I don't even know what the Eagles
they're
got.
going to be in last place,
right? So then potentially, maybe Dallas. I mean,
by default and by name power and by
right.
talent,
yeah,
on the roster,
all that stuff.
They're on paper they're front runners. But like my Giants is like, if I was a Giants, I'd give 2 first-round picks, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, and a second-round pick for Deshaun, and go get Deshaun.
Yeah,
you know, give all that up. And
I'm with you.
Rebuild.
Yeah, I mean,
have the running back they want. Daniel Jones was okay, but he's just another fumble machine.
He's Eli Manning, bro. He's like the bum version of Eli Manning. As much shit as people talk about Eli Manning was like elite for an hour, and during that elite hour, he won 2 chips. Daniel Jones can't even smell Eli Manning's jockstrap. Like, no offense to you, Daniel Jones, but even my man Sam Darnold can take it to the house. He doesn't trip over his own feet with the ghosts tackling him. You know what I mean? It's so
that was a low point.
Right. I know. And listen, don't talk about low points because the Jets is the lowest point of the NFL. But I'm surprised. But this is the thing, we talked about it last time. The Giants are not an organization that go and get players, as reverse to Dallas, who pays everybody all the time for the most part. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And I guess they're trying to like rejuvenate that sauce they had with Irving and Aikman, the trio. And one of the greatest Emmitt Smith running backs of all time. So maybe that's something. But Zeke needs to be able to get out of his own way. I don't know. I mean, okay, so now what do? We go to the draft and we address our offensive line issues? Because they couldn't stop nobody last year.
They need another trash. They need a cornerback. They need to worry about, like, because for the most part, the offensive end is kind of fine. Like,
right,
you need to go into the draft and go and get defensive players. You need to go get, some cornerbacks, get some more edge rushers, get you another linebacker. That's what they need. They mostly need secondary help, though. They need to get 2 corners in the draft. That's what I think they to go and get.
Well, the funny thing is that if you got to play the East, there's no really receivers that are gonna scare you in the East.
True.
Right? So maybe you don't really need.
You got a trio of the Cowboys. So you got,
No, I know, but the teams are going to play.
Themselves, yeah.
Right. The Skins
Giants are talking about getting Kenny Galladay. So
let's take a pause real quick because I didn't put him in. All right, let me go. We're going to take this thing because I like when we get into our space because this is our wheelhouse. Why in the heck is everybody so high on Kenny Galladay?
He's a beast.
No, I disagree.
Kid's a beast.
He got all the tools.
He's in Detroit. The thing is, he's in Detroit.
Okay, I get that.
Get overlooked. But
I feel like he's injury plagued. I think that people are gonna. So like the Jets community is like banging on their chest. Get Galladay. I see all of these graphics. Put him in the jersey.
As long as you don't overpay him.
I'd rather get Juju Smith-Schuster. I wouldn't even think the Giants would be better if they got Juju Smith-Schuster. Right?
I think it's Juju's 2.
Correct. It's okay. We don't need ones. That's bullshit. We don't need ones. We need a whole bunch of B pluses. And then if you get lucky in a few years, you get an A plus and you're good. I mean, you tell me all these crazy stats about, first round picks that, or first overall picks don't win and blah, blah, blah. How many teams Right, yeah. How many teams have won a Super Bowl with the greatest wide receiver on their team? None.
Nothing.
Right. So what the fuck? Randy Moss came, within an hour of smelling it, and here comes Eli Manning chucking a prayer. So like Randy Moss, Julio Jones. I don't think Devontae is gonna get one. I mean, one could argue Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill was not really on the map like that.
I don't think he was a first round pick either.
Right. No, I'm not saying first round picks overall. I'm just saying like high profile wide receivers don't win championships. I mean, I think Mike Evans was lucky that Tom Brady came along, and that's not a shot to Mike, but you were dominating the league. No chips, bro. You average 10 touchdowns and 1,000 receiving yards every season, and that doesn't mean jack shit. They're one of the greatest.
For the most part, dominant position players don't win championships.
That's crazy. So why am I going after Galloway? Right? Like,
because he's not a top 5 wide receiver, but
they're freaking ESPN, your homies, and all of these other CBS Sports, NBC Sports, all of these, everybody's gushing on this kid, and I'm just like, he's gonna get a mega deal that I don't think he's gonna live up to.
I don't know if he's gonna get a mega deal, but he's not gonna get like Amari Cooper money. He's not gonna get Chris Godwin money. He's probably gonna get like a $10-11 million contract, because if he's a true number one, Detroit doesn't let him go.
That's what I'm saying.
A beast.
Right. If he's Megatron, they don't let him walk.
Of course
he's not Megatron.
But he's gonna be, let's say if Packers went and got him, I think he would fucking flourish. If he went if the Chiefs go and get him, for here's $12 million for a 1-year contract, he's gonna.
But again, to bring up something that you talk about, right? Is that going to be the case because they have other talent that's going to get him on a one-on-one matchup? Like Galladay is going to end up going to a team that he's going to be the guy, which means he's going to get double covered.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on where he goes.
Right.
He might.
If he ends up on the Jets, no bueno. Giants, maybe an opportunity.
But now, the Jets happens, right? So if you go and get aggressive, the Jets, you get Galladay, you get Juju Smith-Schuster, you get Deshaun Watson.
That would be crazy, but they're not going to get 2 receivers. That's going to cost a lot. I mean, they got $80 million, so who knows?
Yeah, but say you don't have, they are free agents,
right?
And the players fuck themselves with the CBA,
right? I wouldn't have signed that shit.
With the salary cap going down, look how many people got cut. Look at all these vets who got cut.
Isn't that wild? They cutting fools left and right
because they have to save the money in salary cap.
Yeah, I know.
So you can't spend the money. So the Jets teams will have the advantage. All right, here is $10 million. That's it. That's what we're going to give you on a 1-year deal. They have the leverage because a lot of teams are not going to go and spend a lot of money on position players right now because of salary cap, because COVID fucked everything up. Plus, these players are all NFL players. The NFLPA, we spoke about it last week, they're cocksuckers, and these guys put themselves in a bad spot. So basically, in the CBA for the next, including the upcoming year and 2 years after that, the collective bargaining agreement and the owners could keep the salary cap at what the numbers is right now, which is going to be, I think they locked it in at
180, right? Something like that.
182 million. I think they set it on that, and it's going to be stuck on that it could be possibly for the next 3 years.
Wow.
Because they signed to it in the CBA. So I don't know, man.
Oh my God! Tell me. Yeah, I'm gonna get depressed right now. Kenny Galloway.
We got this weird fixation in America that we care about this royal kingdom.
Oh my God!
And this UK nonsense, and it's just weird. We got Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, them running away kind of thing, and now they get this interview with Oprah, and I just thought it was a weird facade thing. I
thought it was a money grab because there's no way Oprah didn't give them money.
Well, Oprah sold the rights to
right for
$7 million.
Exactly. Somebody got paid. Somebody got fucking paid like a motherfucker. Because to me, you just burned yourself with the royal family. We'll get into what she said and how she said it later, but now you'll never be able to go back.
Well, I think that was already going to happen. They already knew that leaving it, basically. They knew that.
Really? You think that was the case? They were like, fuck, we're fucked.
Because remember, all right, so this is the weird thing. So a couple years ago, I think, they left from the UK and went to Canada.
Okay.
But then there was some weird, old-ass, ancient law in Canada that there can't be anybody from the Royal Kingdom in Canada.
Damn, Canadians got some of the best laws, bro. They got some shit.
So because they had some shit that they didn't want from back in the day.
Yeah.
These people came over.
The monarch, you can't come in the building. We're not letting the royal family in or people with DUIs. You can't come.
Then they came to America, obviously.
Right, California.
So, I thought that was a weird thing, and then so many other things that we have to worry about, and that's not one of them.
That's can I tell you something? That's what the kind of thing that it kind of gets me. We got all of this stuff, and I get it. It's weird too now because we're in a place where, and we'll get in because we're gonna do a film review later on. But I finally found a name for it, Critic's Corner. But the thing that I find most disturbing is we got so many other things going on. Is this really what we need to be watching? Like, Oprah, you got so much power, right? Shouldn't you get maybe like a doctor to tell us why, vaccines are not being mass produced, or, maybe a misstep that we handled with COVID, or maybe even get Biden on and say, hey, talk to the people. You got a mic right now, assure some folks and stuff. And I get it. It's entertainment. But I just felt like, what did we gain from that interview? Right? Like, is that a wrong question for me to ask? Like, am I out thinking it, and it wasn't supposed to be? Maybe the message was that the royal family, maybe it's important to know that the royal family are racist, but I feel like I already knew that.
Basically, I thought the same thing too. I was like, all right.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Or even, all right. There is no concrete proof, just a lot of acts of racism.
Right.
Because just clarify so people don't get crazy and
and
say,
start,
you just
kick us off of YouTube and shit.
Call people's racist. And like, look at what happened with Pierce Morgan.
Right. What in the fuck?
He was a big baby.
He took
his ball and left. When you constantly criticize somebody, and then somebody calls you out on you criticizing them,
that's crazy that he walked off for that shit.
And you walk off the set, like,
what are you doing, bro?
That's some real bitch
shit.
And
it sounds like more of a bitch move because you walked off your own show. Like,
exactly.
There's nothing that you would say right now or vice versa that would make us leave our show. I'm like, oh, okay, let's talk it out. H, let's figure this shit out. Let's hash it. We'll argue. And then next week, if you want us to argue about it, we'll argue about it again. I mean, it'll be great TV or great radio, however you dissect it. But for you to bounce because someone disagreed with you?
Saying, like, even what she was saying was like, first of all, she's like, she's black, but she's not black, like skin color black.
Right. So, yes, she's light brown.
She's my complexion almost.
Right. You're black, I guess, now.
I guess, I probably am. I don't care.
Yeah, no. I don't care either. I'll probably listen, we're Ricans. Taino, European and black. That's what makes the Puerto Rican culture.
But it's she's not black, and then all right, could somebody have said they're gonna be worried about the complexion of the baby? Maybe. He's OD white. He's fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
And then she's white too. So
right. The chances of it being darker are slim to none. If anything, it's going to be lighter.
Slim to none.
Right.
But I'm not going to take away that.
Sure. Me neither.
Could they possibly have been some restrictions of being part of the royal family?
Right.
Without a doubt.
Yes, 100%.
It's not the same exact thing, but Michelle Obama, when she could never have a window open, and when she was was the first lady, she could never have a car window open while she was the first lady. Who knows what that psychologically does to somebody? Sometimes you just need to crack a window and take a deep breath of fresh air and clear your mind or to calm you down. And for not to have that luxury for whatever X amount of years, you don't know what that person's going through. So,
right, agreed.
I don't want to discredit.
No, not at all.
Her having mental health
issues.
Issues.
Well, she said she almost thought about committing suicide 5 months in to the pregnancy because she was very worried about the complexion. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Because I don't think she couldn't have any social media. She had to act a certain way. But let's rewind the tape just a second, right? Let's hold up for a minute, right? And we can use this. Probably going to sound terrible on my behalf. If you couldn't crack the window, and if you were worried about the baby skin color, and you contemplated, suicide, I feel like whether you're white or black, being in certain positions, you should kind of have an understanding of what you're getting yourself into. There's never been a person of color in the royal family. You thought that all of a sudden you were going to show up and they were going to be fucking treating you with roses and daisies, especially in a monarch society that has killed many people down the line. I'm talking about way, way, way back, obviously. Not anymore because they don't have power. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you had to have known, the social media thing, for example, let's say, right? You really think they're going to let you say whatever they want? I mean, allegedly, right? Allegedly, with the Jeffrey Epstein documentary that came out, potentially Prince Diana was assassinated by the royal family due to the fact that she found out that Andrew was a pedo. So if that happened, and she was a white girl, you don't think that you're going to get more scrutiny? Now, I get it. The heart wants what the heart wants, but you got into this. You should have been a little bit more mentally prepared for some of the pitfalls, right? And you're going to be the first
being the first doesn't automatically give people green lights. And what I mean by that is it's not going to be accepted in the community that you're entering to. So as much as as I feel for her and I feel for the struggle that she went through, I just think that maybe she went in there with the wrong mentality, thinking like it was going to be sweet. And I don't think it was going to be sweet. And the same thing.
I think she went in there too with a little bit of like, she had a little bit of fame. You know, she was like a C-list actress.
Right.
She had a hit TV show. And she thought, you know, like going over there, people knew who she was. And maybe they thought, you know, this is, you know, Prince, what I think it's Harry, right? I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Harry's girl. He's well liked. He's well did. And she probably thought it was going to be kind of, you know, normal. Like she wasn't going to get disrespected.
First of all, let me rewind the tape on that Harry shit a little bit, because Harry was fucking nude, posing nude in bars playing a pool. Like Harry was already known for being the wild boy in the building, right? Mm-hmm. So I agree with you about her having some of the fame and stuff, and maybe she thought she would have came in like Beyonce and they would have like, oh shit, it's Beyonce in the building, let's hang out, right? Versus you just being a C-lister. And then he was already looking like as a knucklehead because his brother was supposedly the guy, right? Clean cut, checks all the boxes, doesn't rattle the chains. You know, Harry was kind of like the misfit guy, you know what I mean? And so I just don't know if I'm sure, you know, they always tell little girls, you know, marry somebody of importance. And I'm sure that she must have been super excited to potentially have royalty, you know, within the name and in the family and all that other shit. I mean, you're kind of a prince, sis, you know what I mean? Especially like what we just seen Coming to America, and we seen a little bit, right? Like in the movie, they try to make us seem what it was like and how you get like extradited or pushed to the side if you're not part of the group. Think just feel like you went in there with blinders if you didn't think that was going to be like that. If it wasn't going to be, it was, I think she must have thought it was going to be a slam dunk, and it ended up being a layup that kind of got blocked on the glass. And, you know, obviously it was a lot more problems.
I just want to say you're a sexist.
I know.
Because you said that she was a woman and she should have done something.
There it is. We're at 13 episodes in. I'm canceled. That's it.
Right,
give me the number. Give me the number for the woke. Yeah, give me the number for the woke people. I want to find out who's in charge.
All right. So, all right.
You looking for the phone number?
Hurt a little bit.
911 is the number for woke, or is it 411?
So basically,
311.
Super straight.
Oh, this is crazy. I can't wait to hear this shit.
Taking over social media.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? We probably get flagged for this on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Maybe just discussing this.
Right. Take us down.
Super straight is when somebody is basically your sexual preference.
Okay.
So basically like bisexual, you know, transsexual, lesbian,
pansexual. I know that
gay,
one.
Pansexual.
I know one.
Whatever sexuals there are.
Yeah.
So the definition of a super straight person is you only want to have sex with the opposite sex that was originally born that sex.
Okay.
So basically, it's clarifying where your position is, because we have moved into this weird society that if you are a straight man and you speak to what you think is a woman, it's really a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
You are transphobic because you don't want to have any sexual or intimacy.
You know what's so funny about that?
Transgender woman.
So first of all, let me rewind the tape. So this is a new category within all the sexuals.
Correct. Created by this kid. He's maybe 18, 19 years old on TikTok. And to put it into full scope perspective, it took off like wildfire on TikTok. He has since his TikTok account has been banned.
What?
His family have received death threats.
Wow.
And now they're saying super straight is the new flagship for transphobia.
Wow. Damn. Poor kid. Man, pins and needles, man. I first of all, that's extreme, right? Because so now, okay, I know that freedom of speech is a gray area, especially when it comes to these platforms, because you sign and accept stuff that says whatever rules they make, you got to abide by. But how is it now within these space is that if you could identify with something, then I can't identify with something. And if what I identify doesn't go the way you want it to, you can shut me down. That's kind of fucked up.
That's the space we're going to, though. And
I know.
That's scary.
Yes. I'm alarmed.
Talking about it almost 13 episodes in. We're talking about the same shit.
I know.
It's fucking scary. Scary that they can go and cancel you on these left-leaning fucking social media sites, because most of them have left-leaning, and they get scared and they go out and they try to, silence what the small percentage of the people who use their platform that are the loudest.
Right. Yes.
So 80% of things on Twitter are done by 2% of people.
Mm-hmm. On most of these platforms. Is like that.
Yeah, because most people don't really care about shit like this.
Well, not only that, most people are.
Go. You like vagina, go.
That's it. Cares. And if you like both, go ahead. That's the thing too. I had a person I knew a long time ago, and she said that we needed to take politics out of the bedroom, and it's getting worse because we're putting them more in there. Like, who gives a fuck what the fuck you do when the door's closed? If I like whatever I like, leave me alone. And if I don't like what you like, leave me alone too. Like, I don't have to you can't keep force feeding whatever it is your agenda is for me to like it. Like, I thought it was okay for us to disagree. And now that's not a thing anymore. Like, if you're not all accepting, you're an asshole.
But I felt like that was weird too. So it's like, let's say if I didn't like women with, for the longest time, this was an old stigma. White boys didn't like women with big butts.
Yes.
They only liked women with big tits.
Yes.
Now, what if I said I don't like women with big tits? I only like women with big asses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should I be canceled because I don't like women with big tits?
Mm-hmm. You know what's a better one? How about, and obviously the science gets into it, but what about small penis guys, right? They get no love. Yep. They get no love. How come then? Where's their support group? Right?
Exactly.
Right? Because now, because I was going to say, what you're saying, both comments, by the way, because you just called me a sexist, both of those statements are sexist, because you should love anybody, right? And I don't mean by any person, I mean by anybody, right? Yep. All bodies are accepting. Now, I
don't like big bitches.
Listen, for me, I invite all walks of life, but that's just my flavor.
Yeah.
But again, I can't hate you because you like that. I'm like, fucking Jay. What's wrong with H? H is confused like a motherfucker. He don't like the big girls. I don't understand. Like, it's almost like eventually we're gonna be one mind.
They've been talking about it too. Why aren't there any fat men on the cover of Men's Health?
I agree with that too. Because now every time I go, and this is not a shot, like I said, I love all shapes and sizes. I now you look at Express, you look at Abercrombie, you look at they just dropped Sports Illustrated. The swimsuit issue was a plus woman. Where's the plus guys love at? Where's the plus guys love and the small penis love at? Like, and I'm probably gonna get slammed if I post some shit like this on, because obviously I'm not that brilliant or I'm not that bright. But my bottom line is this. It's okay for people to like different things. You guys are saying that it's okay for people to like different things, but when other people like different things that you don't like them. That's crazy.
Correct.
What the fuck?
They're trying to force people to conform. They're trying to force people to like something that they don't like.
Right. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's a scary thing.
Yes.
It's kind of similar to how over the last 10 years, I've been with my girl for almost 10 years, right? And within 10 years, you had the Me Too movement, you had this transphobia thing going on, transgender thing going on, and you had I always say I don't know how I would have dealt with talking to women and being on FaceTime with them. I was never a person with I want to be on the phone with you kind of thing. I was like, hey, we chilling tonight, let's link up, whatever, we linking and having fun. But you had back 6 years ago, you had men scared to speak to women if you were to say, hey, you look beautiful, or hey, honey, what's up, or hey, whatever, a term of endearment that you don't mean it in a sexual way. You just mean it because you treat women kind of, with respect, because they they are responsible for all life. And I think when you have this whole transgender women or women argument, it's like, no, you're not, because you can't have kids and you don't menstruate. you feeling something inside. Okay, you could feel beautiful. You could feel like you are a woman, but you're never gonna do what a natural woman can do. And you can't tell me, a man who wants to have kids and procreate, that I'm transphobic because I don't want to have intercourse with someone who used to be a man. You know, like, because here's the thing I have too. So if a transgender woman comes up to me, right, if I'm at a bar and she comes up to me and she
She's
says,
like,
"Hey,
what's up?
my name is Danielle. For full transparency, you look cute, but I used to be a man. Would you like to still continue to speak with me?" And if I choose to say yes, then that's my right to choose to say yes.
You know what the
But
funny
now
thing is? They won't even tell you that too.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right?
it's okay
They won't
for
even
them
be
to
honest.
be a liar.
Right? They won't even
or
be
to hide it,
honest because now they're
so
full
they
women, so it
trick-
doesn't matter.
Exactly. So the thing is that people react to things emotionally, right? So the reason why men get upset is, one, pride, two, ego, and then three, you lie to them because you play. Let's say you speak to a girl or someone, and you kicking it, you vibing, you having a good time, and then all of a sudden a lie comes up about that you can't. It it could throw you off emotionally because, like, damn, yo, I like this person. Now I see yourself with this person in the future, and now I can't have kids with this person. Like, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, but there's some women out there who can't have kids." Blah, 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 blah. But you find that out later in life. You find out there was probably a procedure she had to have happen where she had ovary cancer, or one of the fallopian tubes ain't working, or maybe it's even the men's sperm ain't working. So
Me and my missus were talking about this the other day because it came up about again with this the trans situation and allowing kids to make the decision younger on how they feel, and all these people and all these stories saying that they have had surgeries or hormone suppressants to change whatever. That's not the thing. But I was telling her, and we were talking about, like, at the end of the day, the biology of us makes us want to procreate. And at the end of the day, if this is offensive, I don't know what to tell you. But the reason why we look at breasts, first of all, let me go back a second. It's crazy now that you can't find the woman hot. I've literally seen people look at girls and they lose their shit. Like, why are you looking at me? But first of all, you're hot. What do you want me to do? And you're adding to the package. You're wearing yoga pants. It's like a dude. If a dude had a big ass fucking Johnson and he wore fucking tights and you seen the rod down his shit, you don't think chicks are gonna look? Right? So now it's almost like they want just beta males in the building. They don't want no alphas, because alpha is I seen this shit on Barry the other day. Toxic masculinity is what everybody keeps fucking arguing about. Okay? All right, no problem. We're toxic. Sorry I find you hot. Sorry that you're like half naked and it looks like your outfit is drawn on you. That's hitting a response in my own brain that it's uncontrollable. What do you want? The fuck you want me to do? Second, a lot of this stuff is built within us. The reason why men find breasts attractive, it has to do with procreation. Why we find big hips and big butts is because the house looks like it's going to probably provide a good kid. Like, there's stuff that we're not even looking at. Like, we're literally throwing biology and science out the window because we're trying to bring in this new evidence in. Right? And it's really alarming that I feel like you always say they're going to eat their own. I think that women are eventually, and a lot of other communities are going to put themselves on an island where nobody's going to even know how to talk to them anymore. Right? Where you're going to be like, now if you see like, how much more complex is that going to make it? So now we see a good looking woman come in, we're going to not look at her. You know who's going to start to clean up? Average looking chicks. Because they're not going to be breaking balls. You know why? Because they're like, damn, homeboy likes me. I have already some issues in my mind, but he finds me sexy. There's going to be a whole tilt, in my opinion, on how things are going to get viewed and how things are going to get handled. And at the end of the day, if it's okay for a man to love a man, then it's okay for me not to love a former man. Okay?
Exactly.
That's it. Like, let's stop it. And the problem is, it's all these terms. Maybe that's why Homeboy got torched. Super straight. Maybe he should have fucking said, I don't know, pick another thing, wood straight. And it might have been. But you say super straight, it almost makes you sound homophobic, transphobic, right? Because that's a term it'd be like somebody's talking to me and is like, yo, look at that girl. I mean, listen, hot is hot. Okay, I can look at a dude, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, good looking motherfucking dude. Chris Evans, good looking dude. George Clooney, good looking dude. That doesn't mean I want to sleep with them, but I can say that they're hot. But I can't say that to a woman. And then if I see that a former or someone is a woman in their eyes, and now that they're walking into that identity, I find them attractive, but I don't agree with the piping scheme. It's okay for me not to like it. Like, why are you forcing me to do that?
You have what about transgender women who don't want to have relations with transgender men?
Right. It's like they just write their own rules and shit, and every week they just make up new rules.
Yep.
It's like fucking like our segment is like fucking like Bill Maher's segment. New rules. New rules are it's bad if you're white in America, it's bad if you're male in America, and it's bad if you're straight in America. Now you're fucked if you're all those three things. And I'm not a white guy, but I'm just saying that's the new shit that people are arguing about now, right?
All right. Well, talking about new shit.
Yeah, there you go.
And what people are talking about.
Get me out of there. Get me out of there before I sink the Titanic.
And what the new fad is for the last about 2 years, 3 years that's been catching heat and catching traction, sports cards. Sports cards are now.
It's hot. How did that become hot?
Not even sports cards. Kind of any cards in particular. Pokemon cards.
It's all coming back.
I think that's definitely coming back. You got Jake Paul spending, $1 million on Pokemon boxes.
Wow.
First edition boxes. You have, I'm pretty sure the next fad is probably gonna be like Yu-Gi-Oh. That'll be probably next fad around the corner.
I know that Brady's rookie card just sold for like 1.2 million, right? So real quick to tell, I was thinking about this, and I don't want to interrupt you, but it feels like if that's the truth, you should buy every fucking rookie card you can right now.
True, you just gotta make sure you do it right.
Right.
You get it at the right time. Make sure you gotta send it in, get PSA graded, or buy it already PSA graded. Make sure you get it from a reliable source.
That's the only thing that I would do. You gotta buy the card PSA graded because that's the only thing that seems to sell.
I feel like it's definitely a hobby thing that you have to put a lot of time and energy and knowing what you have to get into. But it's the reason why it's making a comeback, and it'll make a comeback every few years, is you have a lot of fathers who have kids who then their kids are in that age where now they want to start collecting baseball cards, or they want to start collecting comic books, or they want to start collecting whatever, a collectible that their father used to collect. Like, and then that kind of, you build a relationship and a rapport with your kid. Like, I used to love cards. Now my kid sees all the cards and the binders and the PSA 10 shits, and now he wants to have his own little collection. Now you have adult money. When you was like, all right, now I couldn't get these cards when I was younger. Now I have adult money. Now I have my son, or I have my daughter who's interested and wants to do this with me as well. And everything's on the internet. Let's do a little YouTube channel together as a father and son or father and daughter, and it's taking off. And that's how it's always gonna be. It's always gonna be that way with almost anything. You have people who like do shit with like Star Wars memorabilia and Ninja Turtles memorabilia. Where I remember watching Pokemon with my kids for the first time. Watching when I was a kid watching Pokemon, and then they loved it and they wanted to keep watching Pokemon, kind of thing. And like if they were once to get into the cards, who knows? I would probably want to get into the cards with them. And look, I have some of the Pokemon cards that came in the McDonald's boxes.
Yeah, right. I got a couple of those. I got a couple of those too. The kids got their hands on them. And I just was floored that like it seems like basketball cards are really fucking like Gary V bangs on his chest all day about that shit. And I don't know if you ever heard of Vegas Dave. But Vegas Dave bought like fucking I don't even know.
He bought the Mike Trout card, if I'm not mistaken, for like $400,000.
No, he bought the Mike Trout card for $2 million and sold it for $4 million. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. His new shit that I seen just recently is he bought like I don't even know how many, and I was like, damn, bro, I know about football. I don't even know what you're doing, but you're the Vegas Dave. He bought like 100 Derek Carr cards and said like that was gonna be the new boom. because of Vegas and where it's at. But I'm like, Derek Carr's a bum. Sorry. I mean, I know I can't play quarterback, but you haven't been able to do it. You've been in the building for like 10 years. You're not even the Raiders haven't smelled the playoffs since you've been in there.
He took them to the playoff once.
Right. And then he got ran over because the right tackle fucked everything up. Yeah. Not a lot of sack all season. Pow. You got hit once.
That's Jack Del Rio's fault too, because they were up like 25 and they left him in the game.
Yeah, well, I agree. I'm just saying, like, it was crazy. But like, I started to look at it and I'm like, damn, like, if I was somebody, if not somebody, if I was trying to like cement and build on this movement, I would probably and find out what's the best card company and buy every rookie card every season. It's better than the lotto, because with the same amount of money you're gonna hit, you get one Michael Jordan, like LeBron James rookie card. I don't know whose company it is. It's worth a lot. Giannis,
I'll tell you one thing though that people don't know, and I didn't know this until I went and did a little bit of research. Buying sports cards is fucking expensive.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not even talking about like after market. I'm talking about normal resale boxes, like regular boxes from like the top companies who print the cards. They're like $400.
Yeah, I know.
$350 for a box of basketball cards, football cards, and people don't know that. Like a lot of people just think like, oh, I'm gonna go because you get the packs from like Target. Now that's been a whole big movement on its own right now. Like people are fighting at Targets and Walmarts
to get those
boxes. Like those have been a movement too.
Oh my god! I know. I told you I got a box in my thing. I let somebody open it, so it probably lost a little value. But I have a box that I have, and homeboy ramaged it. Like went through it and took some of the ones that he liked, and I traded for some tops, like a whole box of tops cards. I think I got suckered on the deal, but there could be a rookie card in there that I don't even know that's, worth something.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just crazy. We got, I just couldn't believe how much money when I seen the Brady shit, I was like, damn, am I fucking up? Do I need to be
him winning 7 Super Bowls?
Right.
Is the reason why this shit is what it's at.
Yeah, I mean, agree.
Is he going to stay at that or keep going up?
Well, I feel like if you have the card and it's worth something, sell that shit immediately, because you just never know. Like the bottoms could fall out of this shit. I mean, the stock market hit, some new lows a couple weeks ago, so you just don't know. It's like with my brother, right? And you guys, right? You guys used to fuck with the sneaker game. For 1 hour, the sneaker's worth $2,000, and then you sit on it and everybody gets it, and now it's only worth $200, the same amount that it was when you paid for it. I just think that
the glue goes, or
right,
the coloring goes, or
I just think like I find it fascinating, and we're gonna bring this up in our other segment, but how used Yeezys still hold like immense value. Like sneakers could still get beat up. Like I think that's another thing too, and maybe that's where it came from a little bit, right? Like people are becoming collectors of stuff, right? Like I seen a girl on Twitter, she tweeted, yo, she had so many Pops toys, I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, wow. Because those things are expensive.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. But then they go to 40, 50, edition. 60. Yeah, they go up in value. Yep. I seen, I think, an Iron Spider, man, and it was $50. Usually those things are $9.99.
Yep. And sometimes they release a special edition, and the special edition is like $30, and then that goes up for like $200. Like you get the special edition one, so like $10 here, $15 there, $20 there.
Maybe you should have. Like maybe you should have fucking stopped getting those Fortnite skins and stop buying baseball cards or buying.
Do you remember when I was younger? I bought I used to remember the football shit.
I remember. Yeah, that was another thing too. I want to look back. I didn't have time. I wonder if those Todd McFarlane dolls are worth anything. Like I checked a couple of them out. I seen one I have like Michael Strahan and Donovan McNabb. I looked it up on the net. I think I bought it for $19.99. It's still $19.99 in the box, which is crazy that it still holds its value, right? Like usually things lose value. So it's just it's insane. Like the hobby department and how it's trending a lot. It looks like, I know it's the age of the Aquarius, but it's definitely like the age of the nerd. Like everybody's nerding out so hardcore, and I'm glad it's cool. It's totally cool. It's just so crazy how much is ratcheting up. Like all that shit from the 80s and 90s is coming back.
Well, the issue, not the issue, but the thing is that when we growing up, being a nerd and having interest wasn't cool. You were being made fun of. You were, we had this kind of split personality where it's like you liked cool weird shit, but like you had to be a tough dude. Like not a gangster, but you had to be like,
You gotta,
you
yeah.
know, like
You gotta be
let
macho
people play
man. You have to be a macho man, right? Because all that shit
Exactly.
was for sissies type of shit, you know?
Exactly. Oh, you're fucking weirdo.
You got clowned
you a nerd.
on. Yeah, I remember.
Oh.
I used to have a whole bunch of friends. Speaking of Star Wars, and I love that shirt that you're rocking, right? But I used to have friends that used to read Star Wars novels in high school, and they used to get punked.
Yep.
Right? Like to be I don't even. You know, so funny that why is it like Star Trek has Trekkies, but we don't have a name? That shit is bullshit. Right? Like, how come the Star Wars fans don't have like a cool side name? What are you, Star Warsies? That sounds terrible.
And then the funny thing is that they had a little clique, you know, like
right?
it was like Star Wars versus Star Trek kind of thing. We had like you had geeks fighting geeks,
yes,
and then you had the geeks fighting everybody else,
right?
Thing.
Yeah,
you know, everybody fighting against the geeks. And it, like, again, remember, like, it wasn't cool to be smart.
No.
It was if you were smart in class.
You were right. He was a teacher's pet. You was a softie. You were trying to like seek attention. You're not right. Like, that's that toxic masculinity they're talking about. You know, it's dangerous.
Stupid masculinity.
Right. That's what I think it's more. Because there's also female bullies too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all calm down.
Yeah, for sure. Women, listen, I love my girl. And just from what I see and hear, women, like, my girl's not an evil person, but just like how they would, like, her and her friends or other women. I have a high school chat where there's women in there, and the way they would shit on other women on the outside.
Bro, think about this to bring it full circle. What you were just talking about, bro. It wasn't only the dudes that was punking the kids on the nerd shit. You ain't getting no fucking dates, okay? If you're a Star Wars fucking fan, if you're a Star Trek fan, if you're reading Star Wars novels, if you're collecting baseball cards, like, they still hate on us for video games. Like, that's a whole branch of nerd that has gotten no love. I love the TikTok videos of the guys, like, and we got to talk to somebody because I believe that turn on button needs to go silent.
Oh, yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Bro, I've heard that before, bro. I've heard it. To touch it, and I got so mad because I can't mute the TV while it's turning on, and you hear that power sound. Because hey, that's a level of being on Earth too. So what? All of a sudden, like, COD became like a manly thing. So if you play COD and you play the video games, you're not really a video game head.
Majority of women don't like to see something make you happy, but them.
Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird
dynamic.
Yes, it's and it's funny too because it's like all your time has to be for me, right? But the dichotomy of that is that when you're always fucking home, they're like, "Why you don't get a job? Why you don't get the fuck out of here?" Blah blah blah. And then you get a job and you're grinding. Why are you always at work? Why are you always making so much money? Don't you want to be your family?
Home late.
Like it's
you never know, perfect. So, like,
I know that
at
having
the end of the day, you just have to do you.
Right.
That's what I had to end up doing.
Right. That's
you had to just do you.
That's it. I think they respect that swag.
Let the chips fall where they fall.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
because you don't want to resent it. You don't want to resent her.
Right, and it happens, and they don't realize that. They don't realize that. You know,
that's why I just do. Like, to be honest, I say I'm going to do something. I do it, and if it fails, at least I know I did it.
Right, I agree with you 100% on that shit.
I can't say that she stopped me from doing it. Like, my girl's super supportive. She's like, when I started talking to her about, you know, taking a break from just gaming streaming, she was like, why? You know, do you need me to help you with something? Is there something I can do to help, kind of thing? And you know, that kind of like that gave me the reassurance of the support.
Right. Yeah. No, it's important.
Her. But like for her, like I told her, like she wants to go, like she was talking about going back to school, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get the information. Where you at? I would every day. You got this done? What have you got done there?
I feel like they support us, but we support them vocally more than they support us vocally more.
For sure, because they want, like I said, they don't want anything else to make us happy besides them.
Yeah.
So like if anything, like even if like when I like look at my phone and I'm talking to you or I'm talking to somebody in my high school chat and I'm laughing about some shit that we're talking about,
they give you the look.
Why are you laughing? Like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing so hard at your screen for?
Yo, people on TikTok clown all the time on women because of that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's comedy.
They record their girl, and then you have all the TikTok dances with the girls with the fat asses shaking their asses. So they take that song and then they just record their girl while they're in front of them, and they just keep playing the sound over and over and over again. And you see the girls getting upset because obviously they're on TikTok. They know what those dances are about. They know what girls are doing those dances, so they get a little insecure. But we need more Cardi B's in the building.
And I only say that because Cardi B, God bless her, she's from the BX. Hopefully, I think we'll be able maybe in the near future to get her on the show. But she has confidence, and confidence is sexy as fuck. And you don't need a dude. Like, I get that you love your man, you want to chill with him, but just because you're with a man doesn't need to make you like
not continue your life.
Right. And I was gonna say, like, in the same token, it's like, I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna crash and burn this motherfucker down.
Whenever somebody says, like, if anybody like tries to make the joke like, "Oh, is she gonna let you go?" And I'm like,
but dude, isn't it wild? That's how it is. Because you gotta ask the permission. First of all, when did you become my mom? That's what I want to know. Because actually, babe, before I forget, because I've been trying to take my
somewhere on Friday.
I've been trying to take my Ginkgo biloba. Have you seen the dudes that do on the TikTok shit? The oh my god, what's the comedian that did Jumanji? Not The Rock, the other dude. Kevin Hart. That he has that skit and it's like, hey babe, I'm going out. And it's like, all right, cool. Like the dudes. We can give you could be like, yo, I'm gonna go chill with the girls. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to the strip club. Okay, cool. I'm gonna party till 5 a.m. Okay, cool. The moment you say I'm going out, it's like, where you going? Who you going with? What time are you gonna be back? Are you gonna come back? So and now that's socially accepted that it's okay for basically like a woman to like just punk you on that front. Like, you giving me, you better be back by 11. You better not. Like, what the fuck? I don't care where the fuck you going.
When I'm ready to come back home, I'll let you know when I'm coming back.
Yeah. I like how.
Hey, babe, I'm on my way home. You want something to eat? Like, or babe, I'm on my way home now. What time is it? 2 a.m.
Listen, before this show gets canceled, let's fucking move to the news and no news segment, because I think that first hour we're hot in the streets right now. That's it. We're fucking YouTube is gonna get us in trouble. Now I know why Joey Rogan is always like, hey, don't fuck up that TikTok. Don't fuck up that YouTube money.
Sure.
All right, let me pull this sucker up. Hold on. Speaking of missuses. Oh, look, she's already giving it. By the way, real quick, because I know you said you were going to Puerto Rico. We're headed to Laguna Beach this weekend, and I'm super excited. But I hope the weather holds up, because there's been so much precipitation in Southern California this week.
I hope it doesn't rain when I go.
Yeah, I'm like, well, the cool thing. Listen, when was the last time you was in Puerto Rico, bro?
Before my kids were born.
Right. So listen, I remember I was there for like a whole month. Puerto Rico's so awesome. You can literally cross the street and on the other side it's not raining. It's tropical rain is so crazy in that front that you can literally walk out of the rain. So and it's also very refreshing there. It's not like torrential downpour. It's like a nice warm mist, especially if you're gonna go and it's hot. So we're gonna go into our favorite stuff here. This is our stuff. We're gonna see. This might. I went ham, because now your boy's committed. We're ratcheting this thing up. My favorite part of this show is the news or no news segment. So, of course, I had to do the football thing. I was gonna bring this up last week, but news or no news. Baker Mayfield says he's seen a UFO.
No news. In fact, I'm gonna say news just because the government has come out and said that there's something.
Right.
Like there's some type of UFO. There is some type of
unidentified flying object. We don't know what it is.
The issue is I take the Elon Musk approach.
Which is
the Elon Musk says, if there is aliens, show me and I'll believe it. And I'll waste the time and energy to That's
good. That makes sense.
Investigate into it.
To be honest with you, there should be a lot of points to people. Show me it, and then I'll waste my time on it.
Exactly, because it takes up too much real estate in your brain.
I don't have the bandwidth. I got so much shit. And by the way, I think I seen a UFO, but I don't know. They told me it was a space station. So when I was in Oklahoma, I seen something fly across the sky, but it was super small. It never got to like when people say like these massive lights. I didn't really dive into what Baker said he exactly seen. I know that Degrassi chimed in and I think might have rebutted or refuted what he really seen. But apparently they told me it was a space station. It looked crazy. Like it was it wasn't like a shooting star.
We got
tons
going around.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But we're not saying that there's none. We're just saying that it is news that he's seen it.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the best answer I give
All
you.
right, so we're circling back to the Oprah conversation. News or no news, we're shocked that the royal family are racist, potentially, allegedly. Right, I'm not shocked either. Okay, news or no news, Biden's dogs get kicked out of the White House.
No news. I don't give a fuck about those dogs.
You know what's so sad is that the other dog is like old and he got kicked out too. So the younger dog was like yapping all the time and barking and attacking like Secret Service, and they're like, yo, bro, you and your man's gotta go.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, this is gonna get a little crazy because we talked last week about Dr. Seuss. News or no news, Pepe Le Pew is canceled.
This is no news because it shows how far these woke people will go for things. Like it's a weird dichotomy that we're in right now. It's really I'm telling you, man.
I know, bro.
I told my girl, like, we need to get this chicken and move like to another country. Like,
oh Canada,
like,
Canada, let's go.
Like something like get up,
I'm gonna go hang out with the Weeknd and Drake.
An island somewhere.
Yeah, that's fire. By the way, it doesn't cost that much to make an island. It's actually it's probably cheaper than buying a house in California, which is crazy.
True.
Yeah. No.
That's the issue that I'm having because it's like I always find it weird because women say they don't like men who are soft. Right?
No, they do. Because I stole that shit from you. I think that's the greatest line you ever told me, bro. You drop massive knowledge. Either A or B. Which one is it you want?
Yep, you can't have both.
Right? And that's where we're at.
Because how many women who want like a Pepe Le Pew dude to be aggressive with them?
They do. I've heard it. You know what? And by the way, do you know what a Sims is? A Sim? I think a Sim is the term.
A simp, right?
A simp. Thank you. Yes.
Softy, something like that, right?
It's a man who puts a woman first. And that is like no good in their brain. Right.
Anyway.
Right. No, but so I'm saying, like, you're exactly saying that some women enjoy a Pepe Le Pew type of swag, yet homeboy is off the shelf. Which
let's talk about this, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You have been in these streets, like before having kids, having your wife, you was in the streets heavy.
Hard
right?
body.
So you probably experienced all freaky shit. Like A through Z. And I think it was like 3 months ago, I was having a conversation where I saw a TikTok video where like the girl's like, I like to being spit in my mouth. That she loved it. And I was like, I found that weird.
So hot.
Like, but
that toxic masculinity.
But what is it? Like which one is it? You can't have.
Thank you. Yes.
You can't be a man who you want a man to pick you up.
Yep.
You have women who they want to be choked. You have women who want to be smacked. Not in a violent way.
Right. Just in a turn-on way, hopefully.
In a turn-on way. So, like, not saying that Pepe Le Pew exudes that, but you want, like, most people like people who are aggressive during sex.
But when do we blur the lines that a fucking skunk is toxic masculinity? It's a joke. It's literally
suggesting rape culture.
Yeah, it's a joke about, like, an overbearing character and him getting deaded. It's comedy. By the way, my side note to this motherfucker, then take out Speedy Gonzalez too. Because I'm sick and tired of the Afro-American culture getting love. And I don't mean like I'm sick and tired of them that. And then the white, I'm sick and tired of the Latinos getting we got no ambassadors, no representatives, nobody shouting in our corner about some of the shit we got to deal with. I want Speedy Gonzalez out. Right? Because that's racist. Right? Why does he have to be Mexican? Right? Because that's going to be the next one they're going to come with. Right? So then take him down too. Okay? Because if we can't show that an Asian man eats with chopsticks, then I don't want a rat to represent the Latin community. How about that? Okay? Let's skip because then I'm going to start to get angry. All right. News or no news? HBO is about to drop one of their biggest projects of the year, the Justice League film. And what happened is that when they released Tom and Jerry, instead of it being Tom and Jerry, they dropped the Justice League. My question is, should someone get fired for that? For leaking out? Right. Yes, right? 100%.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know. I'm just saying yes because it's a big mistake. But,
It's a huge mistake.
but like,
I mean,
no,
shit
because-
happens. Shit happens. Like,
But
we
like,
do
no, I
video
know-
editing, bro, and we drop shit all the time. I'm literally writing, like, each video has a name, right? Like, unless the person who edited it wrote the fucking Tom and Jerry on the MP4, like, bro, check your work.
But my thing is like what I'm saying is like I know Justice League isn't good. So like, is it a like shit? Somebody be fired because they dropped a whack ass movie early. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I get you,
they didn't drop
no.
Fire. They didn't drop a trilogy.
Okay, but we gotta say that they dropped the ball on a $25 million project.
More than that.
No. He got cut that. Originally, they already made, let's say they broke even on the film for the first one, right? This reboot was $25 million. I think they gave him a little bit more because he wanted to shoot some scenes when originally they said no, but then I guess they seen the final project and they were like, wow, this is actually fire, which by the way, a 4-hour movie, I don't know, that's going to be a long one. But so you say no. You will at least be a forgiving boss. Like, my man, I'm sorry, you fucked it up. Don't do it again, or you'll be fired.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Look, let me take a second. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll keep.
First break in history of podcasting.
Right. I know. No. Mr. Rogan allows people to use the facilities. I usually try to use the facilities before I go, but you know, my man over there is drinking bourbon. I gotta ask him. Oh, I know which one it is. He's doing. I think it's the Basil Hayden. It's very fascinating to me how bourbon is hot for the streets. I can't still believe if anybody's listening or when we chop it up that I was gonna say bullet bourbon, but it's not bullet bourbon. Blanton's bourbon is like, you just can't get it. It's sold out at a lot of spots. I mean, I don't know how it is now. I want to get a bottle just so that I could say that I have it. But the going price for it is about $80 a bottle, and that's for the 750 milliliter, which is insane. That, I mean, it shouldn't be too insane because there's a lot of, you know, liquor. Look, top shelf liquor usually goes for like $60. So like Grey Goose, Belvedere, and those are just vodkas. But like, you know, even tequilas, you know, Patron is like 60 and change. Rum, for whatever reason, at least for the most part. I mean, there's even more expensive ones for the tequila stuff because I know everybody loves that 1942 shit. I mean, at least the packaging is nice, but I don't know what kind of packaging the Blanton's comes in. But it has a horse on the top of the bottle that usually has a B or one of the other letters that's on the whiskey bottle itself, which is really interesting. But yeah, I can't believe that now the high-end booze is just being consumed at a different level. Like, I don't know. I think if you're gonna mix your stuff, you don't really need to invest in high quality stuff. If you're drinking it straight, I mean, I don't know. People like to argue that the hangover is better when the liquor is more expensive, but I don't know. I was just trying to fill some air there, with some
Families
whiskey.
to the door too, so they call me coming out the bathroom.
Nasty. Okay, cool. So, news or no news? Gender neutral toy and clothing sections.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah,
I think we already, to be honest, there was already a gender neutral color. It was yellow. So
Yeah.
like,
I'll text you.
what it was yellow, and we're trying to fill voids for shit that we don't need to fill. You know, like it's a weird space we're in right now. I think it's no news that we're worrying about what somebody's gonna wear, because like when a transgender man happens, they wear manly whatever colors are manly, you know, or transgender women wear whatever makes them womanly. Like, the colors just are just a thing. Like, I like to wear pink, I like to wear orange, you know, I like to wear purple sometimes. Like, I don't care what.
Yeah, colors to me, that shit, there's no like, the males don't own black, gray, and blue, and the females don't own purple, pink, and yellow. Like, I wear all the fucking colors. Like, I can give two
there's a
fucks.
systematic thing where like women don't like when somebody says, "Oh, he looks cute," but it's a girl, or she looks cute and it's a boy. You know, like that's why you put those like the the universal color for that sex, which is blue for boys and pink for girls.
Right.
And then if you don't know, you just get a whole bunch of yellow and tan and beige shit.
Maybe they should, back to the Demi Lovato stuff that we talked about last week. Maybe they should just fucking do the gender reveal so it's purple and then just let everybody know we're having a
That's
kid.
still probably much of feminine color.
Damn.
So
Shit. Maybe
win.
white. No, that's probably the racist. Fuck. Maybe gray.
Something.
Get gray. Just shoot gray fucking smoke in the air. All right. So it's official. News or no news, the Senate and the government and Biden signs the relief bill for $1.9 trillion. That's news, right?
I just say it's news because it has to be news, but I feel like it's too little, too late.
Yeah.
Like
you think that we're that what did they call it? The K-shaped economy recovery is past. We're not going to be able to recover financially, at least. All the stuff that we've lost because a lot of businesses are fucked and are not coming back.
That $1,400 is spent already.
Correct. Well, you're getting lucky. You're getting a $3,000 tax relief because you got kids, bro. So you're gonna be actually getting a lot of dough.
Well, my girl, we make too much.
You guys are over 150 as a couple. Wow, damn.
We make too much money.
Oh, thank God I'm poor. I love.
The issue is
right.
Like we are set. Like me and my girl.
Right. You guys are not worried about it. I get that part.
Like give that. Like if we were gonna get it, give it
to somebody who needs it. Yeah, I agree. Right? Yes.
But why do they think that giving $1,400 once in 8 months, 9 months after the $1,000 supposedly they gave out was going to do anything either? So people are still going to be in the hole. If let's say you're in the whole $9,000, all right, now you're not in the whole $9,000. You're in the whole $6,800. Like
right, yeah. It's the same shit. I had a question for you really quickly because everybody's like banging on this chest and Twitter's starting to like make moves about this. Apparently Biden promised $2,000, but he got $1,400. Is that news or no news that he's $600 short?
Well, it's no news just because people can't. Presidents aren't kings.
Right. I was like, you got the $1,400.
Exactly. What we have to do as a people is they gave money again to companies. They gave money again to overseas.
Yeah, they gave money to the airline companies. They gave money out to everybody, bro.
Why are we giving money to anyone who is not a resident? Like, stop giving companies any breaks.
Yeah, we gotta. Apparently this country's only capitalism when it works. All right, we're gonna move on because we got a couple more to hit here. All right, this one was something that's been like kind of turning a little bit on social media, and I thought it would be interesting for us to give our opinion on it. News or no news? Deep faking should be outlawed.
What is that? So
it's when they put. When you see, for example, they did one with Batman. They put on the new Batman on the face of. It's basically when they take someone else's face and put it on you.
Oh, okay. I think it shouldn't be outlawed. I do think you should have a disclaimer that, hey, I am impersonating someone. Because I know they do it on YouTube where you go like Batman parody or Superman parody or whatever parody. So you going into it, you know it's a parody. So like if you were going to do a face swap, it should be like, oh, face swap.
They totally say it, but I'm saying now.
I don't think it should be a law. I don't think it should be against the law. I think it's comedy. It's like saying, should you outlaw impressions? Would you outlaw?
No, but this is different. Like if you did an impression, that's one thing. But if you go commit a crime and you put someone else's face on it, that you could do that. That's what I'm saying. Like you basically, we're now kind of like the technology is there where they could edit shit and make it like if we're using video footage to catch crooks, then you could put someone like I could go do some shit, edit the video and put your face on it, and then potentially you could be, put for the crime.
I don't know. Our law system and justice system, as how many flaws are broken as it is, it's
listen. If you're rich here, you don't get in trouble. All right, so that's nothing. We'll move on. News or no news? Social media try to cancel Eminem, or the woke try to cancel Eminem.
No news.
Okay.
I found it.
Right.
Eminem has always been outlandish, and he's sold the most records or albums while being outlandish. And I can't let supposedly woke culture cancel Eminem. Like, it's just a stupid thing to even go down. And yep.
Okay.
That's where we are right now.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. News or no news? Kanye West's bodyguard is making a documentary about his time as a bodyguard for Kanye West.
It's right now just money grab time. to
Right.
get
Let's
money.
go. Okay. News or no news? His Yeezy sold out in an hour.
A minute, you mean?
Oh, was it a minute? Sorry. Yes. My apologies. Yes, it was in a minute. Yes, you're right.
That's just been his brand. That's what he's been able to build. That's why he's been able to make the money that he's been making and is making and continues to make. He had this buzz when he was at Nike, and the Red Octobers, the Nike Yeezys, now election with the first Yeezys. He just has that pull and that cachet to pop off and drop shit, and he's built a name brand like Prada or Louis Vuitton or Gucci or whatever the case may be, and that's where he's at right now.
No, I'm happy for him because apparently he was broke a few years ago, and now he's probably a millionaire or billionaire again. Okay, news or no news? The CDC gives guidelines for the zombie apocalypse.
I found that shit funny, and to me, it's news because it just shows how they will fuck with whatever they want to fuck with to have a point across.
Right. Yes.
For whatever. So like even the CDC, like we were talking about how they changed the definition to herd immunity. Herd immunity is that everybody would get a virus and get antibodies for it and be able to wave as a state or country where everybody in that country would get the virus, and then whoever recovers and whoever survives makes it, and it goes from there. And now they change it to you have to have a vaccine, and now that's how you're herd immunity now, by having a vaccine. So they literally changed it on the CDC website.
Crazy. Okay, so in that same vein, right? News or no news? Nostradamus predicted a zombie apocalypse, an asteroid, and World War III happening in 2021.
I say no news because it's like when they thought the Mayan calendar was going to be over.
Right. Yeah.
They thought that shit was going to happen. Jesus is supposed to be coming back any day now.
Yeah, but you know what got me crazy, bro? He's hit on 70%. He's better than a starting quarterback for the NFL. He's at 70%. He predicted the rise of Hitler, World War II, 9/11, the French Revolution, and the atomic bomb. So, I mean, I don't know. If 70%,
I got to see everything he said ever, and then I'll go off that number. Because all the profound things could stand out, and those could make it seem like he's been
right. I mean, he predicted a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure.
But if he's at 70% prediction rate, that means that one of the three are happening.
Or two of the three.
Sorry, thank you. Two of the three. My apologies. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. That was the end of news and no news. It was pretty filthy. I put in some work this week because I thought we had a lot of shit to talk about. All right, we're gonna go try to speed this up a little bit because I know the fams are getting a little riled up. They want their pops back. Around the leagues. Did you watch the All-Star game?
I saw mostly the highlights.
Was it good? Right?
Is what I expected. I
what do you think? What do you think? I know this is not in the notes. What do you think about them drafting their own teams? You think that's actually an interesting gimmick?
I thought it was the softest thing, which is another notch against LeBron James. And I hate to pile on LeBron James, but supposedly if you're the GOAT, you're the best player in the world. But the West was waxing the East, so almost in all the All-Star games, that's why they went to this format. And it's kind of whack that you have these guys who supposed to be elite athletes, supposed to be all-stars, but one side, the West, was always dominating the East. And they had to change it up to make it more fair. Just like how they want to change the whole league up because majority of the good teams are in the West anyway. So they want to change the format where it will be just a 1 through 16. and the best 1 through 16 teams get in, as opposed to the East and the West.
Okay, so on that same vein, because we moved it down, let me go right into. Well, I was gonna go to this, but I'll take A and move it down to 1A. Is it officially a wrap? Is the Brooklyn Nets? Should we just give them a title?
I don't know.
Speaking about the East being good, I mean, we haven't seen them play, but they obviously play great together in LA. Bro, they got 5 All-Stars. They literally have an All-Star team.
Yeah, but with Blake Griffin, it's not Blake Griffin that you're getting. Everybody's trying to like make it seem that way, but you're getting name appeal as opposed to anything else.
But you know more about the basketball game than I do, right? Isn't a big body still a big body? Like he's gonna be in the lane, and now you don't have to have Jordan playing full games. Like it gives them diversity in the sense on how they can use the lineup.
Definitely, but like he's not Blake Griffin from. If he was Blake Griffin that's coming over from the Clippers, 20-10 guy, then I would say it's overkill.
What is his numbers now? 10? Is he
12, 4, and like 5? Like,
he's not even a double dude.
That's what I'm saying. You're not getting a double beast,
right?
You know?
Yeah, that's not bueno.
Who knows? Maybe he did the James Harden thing. Was like, I'm gonna just play whatever just to get the fuck out of Detroit, kind of thing.
Got it.
And now maybe who knows? He pops off in the Nets. He's happier.
Right, that's all he needs.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah, I feel so, and I thought it was a good play because he played with Jordan, so that should be really good. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, we'll go back to the All-Star game really quickly. And Curry wins the 3-point contest. Is he the greatest shooter we've ever seen?
Without a doubt.
Right?
He's the greatest shooter ever.
Is he the greatest 3-point shooter ever?
Ever.
Right?
Better shooter.
Right.
Shooting from anywhere on the floor.
Anything, right? It's just unbelievable.
Anything. The fact that he's 6'2.5",
right,
6'3", and he's really made it that you have to be skilled at that height, because he's not a high flyer. So you have to be skilled in order to play the way he plays. And he's a beast, and he makes it possible for anybody who's 6 foot and up or 6'4" and under, that if you work on your craft, that you could change the game. And if you could shoot a 32-footer or 34-footer, you'll be a beast. Because I always said that if Steph Curry wasn't in the game, Damian Lillard would be the best shooter ever.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. I watch him. If I was him, why stay in Portland? Like they're never gonna win with him. He needs to super team up. He needs to call up LBJ and be like, "Yo, get me the fuck out of here."
But he's already another one come out.
He doesn't want to leave.
He doesn't want to go to a super team.
Okay, good for him. Good for him. That's dope. I'm just saying, like, if back what we always talk about, if you want the hardware, Papa, I don't know what's happening here.
I think it's stupid, but that's neither here nor there.
Right, silly. Okay, there's talks about my quarterback relocating. How good would Sam Darnold be in the 49ers offense if he gets traded to the Niners?
To be honest, he might be good. Kyle Shanahan has taken anybody who he's
right. He made Matt Ryan look like an animal.
He's made
your least favorite quarterback
look good.
Right? Yes.
He's made these guys, Chris Mullins, look good, even though they didn't win games.
Actually, that's actually the best point you made, because Chris Mullins, he made him look in certain games like a rock star. Like I could throw for 300.
RG3 was the rookie of the year.
Right, that's true. That's true. He actually, it's so crazy. They don't even talk. They don't even really talk to him. They talk about him as an offensive guru, but they don't even talk about him as a quarterback whisperer, because he has that shit dialed. Because I tell you another thing, the jury is out. I think I always say that wrong. Jimmy Garoppolo is an okay quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. He cannot stay healthy. He has not stayed healthy his whole fucking career. He played 2 games in New England and had a chance maybe to steal it from Brady and got hurt.
Yep.
He is not elite. I want to stop people from telling me that he's elite, because according to shout out to Uncle Salty, the best ability is availability, and you're never on the field, bro. And I feel bad for you.
And it's crazy because he has a crazy ass winning record. Like,
yeah, but again, I hate when people tell me that 11, he wins against bums. He wins against bums. Show me that fucking record. Show me that he beat the Patriots at their shit. Show me he beat the Hawks at their shit. Like, show me the teams he beat.
24 and 11. Like, is it still a good record? Like, it's a crazy ass record. Like,
I don't fucking believe, but that could be the hate in me.
You could go to anybody. Or if that's the case, look, why ain't Sam Darnold better? Record means something. Like,
but that's not entirely true, because
but he was still able to win games. Is what I mean, because you don't win 24 games in the NFL without being at least good and he's been a good quarterback. But Kyle Shanahan have put him into a great positions to win games, and that's what we say right now. So hopefully he's good. So all right, talking about around the leagues, would you trade Khalil Mack to the Hawks for Russell Wilson?
I say yes, no brainer. The only reason why I say yes is because there's a higher window with Wilson than there is with Khalil Mack. And I know Khalil Mack is filthy, but Khalil Mack is probably at the back nine of his career. Russell Wilson is still going to be dominating the league. He's still going to be coming through hard body. The problem is, I mean, they franchise Allen, right? So if you were to trade Khalil, we need Allen to play better. But again, look, the Bears' history is defense. We get it, but they're not going to win a championship on defense anymore because people throw the ball now. So as valuable as Khalil is, I would make the move. I think that it's actually, to be honest with you, that trade right there, straight up, you wouldn't need a draft pick. I think that's a fair trade. Why? They're both talented guys.
No. Quarterback is always more valuable than any other.
Okay, that makes that's a fair statement. You're right.
If you don't have a quarterback, you're not winning.
Yes, agreed, 100%.
Outside of Trent Dilfer, like you're not winning a championship without a good quarterback.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Because I brought up the case the other day. I had my man on the show, and Jeff Hostetler. I keep messing that fool's name up, but basically the Giants were another team that were able to get a backup and play, but it's very hard. It's very hard to have it. I don't know why Dilfer didn't get more. If you want to
put into perspective, it's been an even trade, and nobody has won the trade from the Khalil Mack trade.
What do you mean by that? You're saying that the Raiders didn't get better, and then the Bears didn't get better.
But what I'm saying is, like, has the Bears got to the championship? Has the Raiders got to the AFC championship? Has either team got to the playoffs? Has either team got to the championship? You know,
no, I agree.
Either team got to the Super Bowl. So, like, everybody was freaking out when they thought Jake Gruden was crazy for trading Khalil Mack. But, you know, that trade got Josh Jacobs, got the kid Jonathan Abrams. You know, like,
you could say that it actually worked out better for the Raiders.
Yes, but like,
they got more out of it.
Winning and losing is like,
it's even.
They even to the chip. That's what I'm saying. It was a null and void. Like, one team got picks, and another team got Khalil Mack. Like, okay, cool. And Khalil Mack, I think the very next week when he got that trade, he went on a rampage.
He went bananas. Like, he was judo chopping motherfuckers.
But for the most part, like, that's it. You know, like, not saying he's had a good year last year, but it's not a change or be all kind of thing. It's not like a Ray Lewis,
right?
You know, with an Ed Reed. You know, like, you don't have that kind of defense,
right?
You're not shut down.
But I also think that too. I mean, Ray Lewis was phenomenal, right? But he did have an Ed Reed. I feel like Khalil hasn't really had another player to back him up. You know, in the sense of, like, we just straight dominating, because the Ravens have pretty much been the only team to win in this era with really not like an okay quarterback. Because Joe Flacco, all right, it wasn't.
He had a phenomenal run.
He did, but then he got paid and he was like, I'm good. I'm done.
Yep.
Because I expected a lot more out of Flacco. I thought he was going to really, like, you know. Yes, because the Ravens have not had a good quarterback in a long time.
The
crazy Lamar
thing
now.
The Ravens weren't going to even give him, like, they made him play out his last year.
Right. They weren't. If he would have not won, if he didn't make that crazy play in Denver that got them out of Denver.
They weren't going to give him the big money.
No. Okay, we're gonna get. This is actually really, really dope because you're on the East and I'm on the West. What do you think of the chances to win the World Series? Everybody's LA is gonna, you know, try to repeat. You got SD poking in the window. Atlanta made some noise. DC just got a better pitcher. They're saying Strasburg is looking stronger than ever. They just they got a pitcher. I forget what his name is. I'm blanking. I don't know why the fuck I'm blanking on him right now. The lefty, John Lester. They got Lester now in DC, so they got three really great arms. And the Yankees have always been in the building. Who are you taking as your team to win the World Series? I know it's preseason. So
weird, man.
I know.
Man, I love my Yankees' chances, but they're, for whatever reason, the last 3 years they've always been hurt, or they came across the cheaters in the Astros. Like, it's just a weird thing for them. They built a monster. They got those two guys you paid $300 million to down at SD. Hopefully they can bring people home. bring them guys home. I think the Dodgers have the best chance. I think they're gonna repeat again, man. They're loaded. I think that the guys are still young down there. Nobody else I can see that's like giving me a chance to win a chip and compete and make some noise. That's why I stand right now.
Yeah, I mean, I really would like for SD. I mean, it'd be interesting. They've never won. They went to the playoffs. I mean, they went to the World Series against the Yankees. The Yankees judo chopped them in the throat and swept them. It would be nice for Tony Gwynn, you know, his remembrance to maybe bring back something in San Diego. They look loaded, but again, you know, everything on paper always looks good. One injury away and you're
Especially
screwed.
that they try to they basically castrate Fernando Tatis.
Yeah,
You know, and now he got the money.
right.
Who knows if he's gonna come back with the same hunger? You know,
Well, he's been crushing it in preseason. I know that doesn't matter, but it's pretty good. All right. Let's get to the nuts and bolts that we've been waiting for. It was rough, but I got through it.
Understatement.
Critic's Corner, baby. I think it's a good name. We're gonna see. We'll bounce out some other things. This is the part of the show where we do our movie segment and our review. Coming to America 2. What did you think? We should have put that shit in news or no news.
Boy,
Because it would have been a no news segment.
the money grab that was out there. It was basically what I predicted last week. It was
Right.
basically a whole bunch of humor that they try to force with zooming to camera angles, trying to make weird, awkward like interactions. Not really saying anything crazy, outlandish. They were trying to like little punchlines that I thought that wasn't funny. I thought Wesley Snipes was kind of corny. I thought, spoiler alert, if you guys get this far to the
It's
thing.
definitely spoiler alert. No, we're going to chop it up and post it anyway, this spoiler alert.
I thought Eddie Murphy was a little lazy with the accent because there was at times where you heard him speak normal kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if maybe they should have had him speak normal in the sense that he was with an American woman for 30 years, but they were living in, you know, back in Africa anyway. So like, I guess you had to keep him with the accent.
Zumunda, right? No, Zumunda. Not Wakanda, like the actress
And I thought it was kind of cheesy that they were kind of playing to this women feminist movement where, oh yeah, my daughter is next in line. Then they want to try to bring the old school back. Like, I feel like they just revamped part one.
Yeah,
They took the same story plot of part one and they just shot it in Africa. That's what they did.
They shot that shit in Georgia, so let's rewind the tape on that. They didn't shot that shit in Africa. Second of all, okay, this is what I thought. Number one, Eddie Murphy. I don't think he was hungry enough to be writing great jokes. I thought Arsenio Hall was very flat. I thought Tracy Morgan and having all these comedic geniuses, you guys couldn't come up with better lines and better comedy. I was okay that there was a bit of the nostalgia from the original. I think that's what made it cook, so you got to fuck with it. I was really underwhelmed by the guy that they picked to be his son. And I think that was a huge part of why it wasn't that great. I thought that actually Wesley Snipes was fucking comedy because Wesley Snipes is an action star. And for him to do comedy, I thought it was different. I thought Wesley Snipes did better than Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy as providing a character for us to sink our teeth into. I thought the girl that played Wesley Snipes' daughter was smoking hot.
That's Tiana Taylor.
Oh, I don't know who that is. She's hot.
She's an artist.
Okay, she's beautiful. If hot is offensive, she's beautiful in all the ways. Okay, I love her mind as much as her body. Whatchamacallit? I thought the girls that played his daughters was awesome. I was totally cool with that part. I thought that girl totally outshined everybody. Like the lead of the daughter. Yeah, she crushed big time. Yeah. The one thing that I heard on Twitter, which made a lot of sense too, was that Lisa and Eddie Murphy's character, that's not her real name, but the girl that plays Lisa, his wife, had like zero chemistry. And I was also thinking, you seen Girls Night?
Yeah.
what's the girl? Is it Tiffany?
Haddish?
If she was in that movie would have been a fucking slam dunk. They should have called her up, and they should have called Chappelle up and be like, Chappelle, we need some stuff. I felt like they did the writing was terrible. The acting was okay, but I'm like, damn, you got all of these comedic geniuses in the building. I think if they would have got a stronger lead to play Eddie Murphy's whatchamacallit, son, it would have been fire. And then I think that if they would have had Tiffany as the mom, bro, that bitch is straight comedy.
Yeah.
She's straight comedy. And excuse me for calling for her a bitch. She'd probably be down with that shit because she's G as fuck. But homegirl her swag is on 1,000. And she is hilarious. And they didn't have nobody that was hilarious.
It didn't hit, man. I knew it didn't hit. I knew, like, watching from the trailer, I knew that shit was going to be dookie. And it didn't disappoint. It was actually really dookie. And it sucks, man, because, like, you try to take a nostalgia movie like that and make it better, or make it at least close to or similar, and they literally tried to take basically the same exact storyline, the same exact morals. I thought James Earl Jones dying in a coffin while watching his funeral, and then, all right, I'm going to die now, son, and then die. Like,
it was like ultimate cheesy.
Like, what are you doing? Like, it was really bad. And then, like, oh, I don't know. Like, and I think I definitely agree with you. His son, the guy who played his son,
I didn't believe.
Just didn't hit the same. Definitely didn't believe. Didn't connect. Connect with. I'm pretty sure didn't connect with the audience, because it definitely didn't connect with me.
It didn't connect with me either. And I was looking for him to be the saving grace of the thing, and he wasn't.
And I thought the special effects of the mansion, them zooming into the mansion, was kind of cheesy too. Like, it was really like, it reminded me of like direct to DVD movies.
Yeah, 100%.
A direct to, VHS.
Yeah. Like it basically a B-rated movie that didn't go to the theaters and went right to releasing it at Blockbuster. That's what it was. Or like the new shit now goes to iTunes, straight to iTunes. Yeah,
that's what it was, man. I thought Eddie Murphy played. I think he just gave him 40 million, 35 million, whatever million, or they gave him 20 million, whatever. He gets on the back ends of sales on the back end.
He's chilling.
Or video time, and then but
he's chilling.
I knew it, man. I knew it, and that was it.
I think, and I'll leave it on this, and we'll take on we'll look at if there was any comments. I think comedy has to come up from a place of like being poor and being strapped. He's too rich to write good jokes anymore, and it's just like he's just living the dream, and he just didn't. I mean, he's supposedly. I read an article that he's gonna start doing stand up. I can't wait to watch this shit.
Well, if you did watch him on Saturday Night Live, when he did Saturday Night Live, it was funny. I thought he did a good job when he was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's writing his own jokes, because Saturday Night Live.
Those guys,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where we at. The writers were not on strike on this one.
He could have. I would have been like, "Yo, Kevin Hart was popping. Why wasn't Kevin Hart in
like Easy Money, bro? Why wasn't The Rock in the fucking movie? Like, that's a slam dunk. Like, you could have made him, the Wesley Snipes guy. You could listen. We already casted it better. Get Kevin Hart, The Rock, and Tiffany in the building, and it would have been a wrap. You could have made Kevin Hart his son. You could have made Kevin Hart his son. That would have been even believable, right? Yep. Like, and Tracy Morgan, I love you, bro. Hang it up.
To be honest,
not funny. He's not funny. He's not funny.
Tracy Morgan.
Me neither. Never.
Ever.
I don't know why he gets all this love and dap and I get it. The struggle's real, but I find that style of humor extremely funny, and it just didn't hit.
It was definitely a F.
Did we get any comments?
Nothing.
Okay, no problem. We're still working. We're still hustling. We're still out there. Thank you guys for listening. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thanks for coming on, and we'll make it happen. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace and love.
Peace.